fully retro superheroes Batman! Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 classic superhero movies. For this list, we'll be looking at the best superhero films that were produced before 1990.
It's the perfect time. They won't expect resistance. We'll take them by surprise.
We can do it, Burton.
Number 10, Swamp Thing. Written and directed by horror master Wes Craven, this unconventional superhero film flipped the genre upside down. Together with his sister Linda, Dr. Alec Holland worked on a top-secret science experiment in the swamps of Louisiana.
I represent a certain party that's interested in your formula. Give an arm and a leg for it. Your arm and leg, if necessary.
After being exposed to his own chemicals, Holland becomes Swamp Thing, a mutated plant creature with extraordinary strength. While this film may not be on par with the Batman and Supermans of the world, it does remain a classic B-movie filled with fantastic moments of campy humor and gross-out action sequences. Good enough to spawn a sequel, Swamp Thing remains true to itself, never trying to outdo other films in its genre. Number 9, The Toxic Avenger.
I'm gonna take you away one soft night.
This Hearst Kaufman classic is loaded with violence, gore, and casual nudity, so it definitely isn't your typical superhero movie. After falling into a vat of toxic waste, a meek health club janitor gains incredible size and strength, which he uses to battle the town's immense crime syndicate.
Holy shit!
While the film didn't fare well during its initial release, it gained notoriety during a lengthy run at New York City's Bleecker Street Cinemas, a well-known art house movie theater prone to showing independent films. Filled with gross-out humor and B-movie violence, this unusual superhero flick spawned multiple sequels en route to becoming one of the 80s most remarkable cult films.
And you can tell all your scum friends that things are gonna change in this town.
Number 8, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. Yeah, this is a thing. Has there ever been a stranger film that still embodies the characteristics of the superhero genre? When Dr. Buckaroo Banzai, a rock star with a penchant for physics, builds a jet car with the ability to break the speed of sound, all hell breaks loose on Earth.
We are in pursuit. He is gaining, over.
He's headed for the air cycle packs are not maintaining.
Eject, Buckaroo! Eject!
Forced to do battle with the evil red Lectroids, Buckaroo and his trusty pals, the Hong Kong Cavaliers, use everything at their disposal to vanquish their newfound foes. Barely making back a third of their original budget, this peculiar flick quickly achieved cult status for its strange plot, unique characters, and straight-up insane title. While it may not have won any awards, the sheer fact that it was made is basically worthy of recognition.
History is made at night. Character is what you are in the dark.
Number 7, Batman, the movie. The first feature-length flick to focus on the Dark Knight was hardly the gritty action film we've grown accustomed to in recent years. Presented as a continuation of the popular TV series of the 1960s, this film maintained the same level of campiness and comic book stylization as was expected from the small-screen version. In the movie, Batman and Robin must battle the United Underworld, a crime conglomerate comprised of the Joker, Riddler, Penguin, and Catwoman. While you're more likely to see Batman foil crime using all manner of bat gadgets, the film still stands as one of the most enjoyable incarnations of the character ever put to screen.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Number 6, Flash Gordon.
Go, Flash, go! Go, Flash, go!
Bulging muscles, tight red tank top, and a golden sword. This is one unique superhero, featuring a plot with a level of convolution usually reserved for 19th century Russian novels. This superhero flick took audiences into space for an adventure they probably wouldn't soon forget, if not understand. When football star Flash Gordon finds himself on planet Mongo, he, along with his trusty companions, must fight a ruthless dictator hell-bent on destroying Earth. Featuring a banging soundtrack by Queen and the kind of campy humor made famous by early superhero movies, this film is definitely one of a kind. While it wasn't exactly a box office smash, you're probably noticing a pattern here, it has earned a healthy cult following since being released. Number 5, Superman 2. One of the earliest superhero sequels, this film earned universal acclaim from both fans and critics for its strong performances, engaging plot, and poignant writing. After inadvertently releasing 3 Kryptonian criminals, Superman must fight to save the Earth from both Lex Luthor and the evil General Zod.
Superman, thank God. I mean, get him! Come to me, son of Jor-El!
Not without hardship, a change in director led to massive reshoots and caused many crew members to leave the production. Although the special effects really haven't aged well, Christopher Reeves' iconic portrayal of the Red Cape superhero remains the gold standard for bringing comic book legends to life. Once again proving that superhero films could earn big money, Superman 2 also made it clear that summer blockbusters were here to stay.
What do you think? You like it?
Like it? It's incredible. I mean, not that it couldn't use a woman to touch, you know.
Number 4, Robocop.
It is my great pleasure to present to you Robocop.
Ah, the 80s, a simpler time, a time when you could make an action film about a robot cop and win an Oscar for it. When Detroit cop Alex Murphy is killed in a gangland shooting, he is turned into a cyborg with a singular goal: cleanse the streets of crime. Originally released with an X rating for its extreme violence for the time, this action flick didn't hold back when it came to action.
Looking for me?
Morally incorruptible and loaded with an arsenal of wicked weapons and badass one-liners, Robocop was the perfect fit for the city of Detroit.
Your move, creep.
Number 3, The Mark of Zorro. That's right, even the Roaring '20s had their fair share of masked vigilantes gracing the silver screen. Set in the 19th century, Don Diego de la Vega must become the masked hero known as Zorro in order to protect the poor from corrupted government officials. Brought to life by the dashing and enigmatic silent picture hero Douglas Fairbanks, the film would lay the foundation for what would become known as the swashbuckling adventure. Filled with the kind of frenetic action and over-the-top performances that were the norm in the early days of film, The Mark of Zorro set the standard for all action-adventure films to come. Number 2, Batman.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man!
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Tim Burton's iconic take on the Dark Knight of Gotham City has since been heralded as the seed from which the current superhero film grew. Considered a myth, Batman comes out of the shadows in order to stop the psychopathic criminal mastermind known as the Joker.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
What? The film received a fair amount of controversy during its production, with many unconvinced by the casting of Michael Keaton as Batman. However, upon release, it broke the opening weekend box office record. Nicholson's maniacal performance, Keaton's stoic reserve, and Burton's unique storytelling and imagery turned Batman into a certifiable classic. Gritty and entertaining, the Caped Crusader captured the world's attention and spawned a number of sequels.
There's a challenge.
Kill the bat! Sounds like a good idea.
But have you thought it through?
Number 1, Superman. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman. Taking the world by storm, this classic film made it abundantly clear that superhero flicks were exactly what people wanted to see. Sent to Earth as a child and raised on a farm in Kansas, Clark Kent must become the caped hero Superman in order to protect the world from the evil Lex Luthor.
Now, call me foolish, call me irresponsible. It occurs to me that a 500 megaton bomb planted at just a proper point would destroy most of California.
A brilliant balance of action and humor. This movie was beloved by audiences and critics alike. Nominated for 3 Academy Awards and pulling in a cool $300 million at the box office, The Man of Steel did not disappoint. The catalyst from which modern superhero films emerged, Superman sparked a trend that is still going strong today.
Okay, kids, it's all right now.
Hey, it's Superman.
Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite classic superhero film?
Anybody tries to stop me? The old geezer gets it.
For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.